Welcome to the Great British Crochet Off, a series where I watch an episode of the Great British Bake Off and then crochet something that inspires me from it. We are currently covering Series 5 and this is Episode 6, European Cake Week. As always, while I will not be discussing who left or who got Star Baker, I will be discussing the specific challenges. So if you're doing a watch along and you don't even want that level of spoiler, you can hit that little bookmark button and save this until after you've watched this week's episode. The challenges this week were a yeast leavened cake. So if you don't bake a lot, cakes are usually risen with like baking soda, baking powder, a chemical reaction. These cakes in the challenge had to be risen by yeast. The second challenge, the technical, was a princess tort, a princess cake, which is a Swedish cake. And the final one was a Dobostort, which is like a multi-layered cake, lots of little layers, and it's like a celebration of caramel. And for this week, I was inspired by the princess cake. So I made some princess cake dolls. I ended up making 3. I had a mental design for 4 of them, but I only got through 3 because this is like a lot of crocheting. So this is probably the one that is most true to the cake, because you have like your marzipan layer on the outside, little puffs of cream, a little rose on top that's represented by the hair. Here's a full 360 of her. And then before you try and say, but she doesn't have a green dress, there are princess cakes that are made with pink marzipan. I would say the green is the traditional original one, but I did see they're like named, technically they have a different name. I think they also sometimes do yellow marzipan. Don't quote me on that, but I needed a break from the green. So we have this girly here, another princess cake princess, and they all, as you can tell, have different hairstyle, different dress, a whole different vibe. Her dress is actually probably my favorite and the most princessy of princess dresses. And then she's got kind of like 1960s vibes. I don't really know where that came from in my head, but it just kind of, sometimes these things just, they have a mind of their own. So she's got a lot of big hair, and the flowers are kind of like the whipped cream, and then you have the marzipan, and you have your roses. It's all just the vibe of the cake. Not if, but when I get around to the 4th design, I will post that one. And if you're wondering what in God's name I'm gonna do with these are gonna go up on my Etsy when it opens up in about a week. So if you're interested in one, you can find one there. Obviously, we have more crochet dolls around here than we know what to do with them. So these will be looking for new loving homes. Let me know your favorite princess in the comments. So thank you for joining me for another week. Comment, like, follow if you have a chance. It helps so much. Next week is pastry week, which is wild to me because we already had pie and tart week. I think was that last week or the week before, and now we have pastry week. So there's a lot of pastry going on for this one, which I'm not mad about. We love pastry around here. So I still haven't watched that episode, so I still need to watch that and figure out what I'm gonna do, and you will see whatever it is that I did next Sunday.